it off then. Orta luce polyphemus jam e somno excitatus idem quod hesterno diet fecit. When the light came up, Polyphemus, excitatus, having now been woken up from his sleep first. Question is going to therefore be excitatus, which is going to be what kind of word, please? Excitatus, Stephen.
Perfect passive participle.
A perfect passive participle. Very well done. Good. A perfect passive participle. Having been woken up from his sleep, now you need to go to the main verb fecit. He did the same thing, idem. He did idem. Lots of people forget the word istem, eardem, idem. He did the same thing, quod, which he did the previous day, on the previous day. On the previous day, Jesse, flac or twab, on the previous day. Hesterno die, on the previous day. Time how long accusative, flac, or time when ablative, twab? Time when ablative, absolutely right. Good. So, he did the same thing which he did on the previous day. Correptis enim duobus, having grabbed two of the remaining men, correptis duobus viris, literally with two of the remaining men having been grabbed, correptis Karen. Correptis is, and indeed duobus viris, is going to be an example of what? With two, ablative absolute, with two men having been grabbed, with two of the remaining men having been grabbed, he, without delay, sine mora, devoravit, devoured their meat. Tum then cum saxum amoiset. When he had moved the rock, amoiset, bless you. Amoiset is going to be in the subjunctive. Why, please, Toby? Thank you for the sneeze.
No worries, it's a temporal clause.
It's a temporal clause. Good. In the pluperfect subjunctive. He himself, cum pecore suo ex spelunca progressus est. He himself set out. Progressus est looks passive but is active. Why, Zebby? It's a deponent verb. Good. Perfect tense, looks perfect but is active. He himself set out from his cave. Quod cum Graeci. When the Greeks saw this, they venerunt. They came into great hope that they, post Paulum, after a little while, evasuros, were going to escape. That they would escape him after a little while. That's right, yeah. They came into great hope that they would, evasuros, that they would escape him in a little while. Into great hope. Evasuros, accusative. Why do you think, Stephen?
Indirect statement.
Indirect statement, isn't it? Yeah. Literally imagine it as they hoped that they were going to. So it's evasuros, again leaving out the essay that they've done there, which Roman authors will frequently do. Mox tamen. Soon, however, repulsi sunt. They were driven back from this hope. Something like that. That doesn't sound particularly good. It's a little clunky. Soon they lost this hope. They were driven away from this hope. Perfect passive there. Nam Polyphemus. For Polyphemus, after omnes oves exierunt, after all the sheep went out, restituit, put the saxum, the rock, back in locum, back in its place. Reliqui omni, with all hope, salutis, of safety deposita. We've seen this phrase quite a lot. So it's with spe deposita is going to be what, please, Toby? Spe deposita?
PPP.
PPP. It is a form of the PPP. What specific form? With hope having been lost, having lost all hope of safety. Look at the E ending.
Absolute.
Ablative, absolute. Good. The E ending and then the A ending, telling us that it is going to be an ablative absolute form of the PPP. Very well done. Good. With all hope of safety now lost, they gave themselves over to crying and to tears. Ulysses, indeed, who, as we have shown above, vir fuit, was a man of great planning, etsi intellegebat, though he understood that the situation was in peril, he understood that the rem esse, the situation to be in peril, he intellegebat. Jesse, accusative infinitive there. Why? He understood the situation to be in peril. Look for that word intellegebat, verb of saying or thinking. He understood accusative, the situation rem esse, to be. Indirect statement. Absolutely right. It's an indirect statement. Again, look, as soon as you see a verb of saying or thinking, so here, this is a form of thinking, isn't it? Intellegebat, understanding. He understood the situation to be in trouble, basically. As soon as you see that, look for an accusative infinitive, and it'll probably be an indirect statement. So, as soon as he understood the situation to be in trouble, he, though he understood the situation to be in trouble, nondum, he was not yet omnino, completely despairing. Again, as we were just saying, This is reason versus passion. This is reason versus frenzy. This is ratio versus furor, the birth perhaps of Aeneas, the start of this sort of thing. So Odysseus here, Ulysses keeping his head, tandem. At last, after he thought over these things with his whole mind for a long time, he came up with this plan. Lignis, quae in spelunca deposita erant palum magnum delegit. From the wood which had been left in the cave, he made a palum magnum, a great stake. This is actually what I was talking about yesterday. No, the day before yesterday. Odysseus, while he can be handsome and brilliant mind and things like that when he needs to, he's also got this craftsmanship, this very, you could say, Australian practical intelligence. When he needs to sort of form a massive stake, when he needs to string a sail, he's just as happy doing that as he is being a wordsmith and things like that. So this next bit, I really like this in the poem of the Odyssey when he starts forming this kind of thing. It's Odysseus as the tough guy as well as the thinker, a man of action. And after all, that is really what an epic hero is. It's a man of action. Hunc summa cum diligentia praecautum fecit. He made this with and we've got there, he fashioned this with the summa diligentia, with the utmost intelligence. Tum postquam, and we've got that, he made this sharp for the praecutum. He made this sharp with the utmost intelligence. Tum postquam socis, then after he ostendit showed, and this is important, after he showed his allies, his crewmates, what he fieri velet, what he wanted to happen. Velet is in the subjunctive, why please, ben. He showed them what he wanted to happen.
Indirect question.
Indirect question, well done. What do you want to happen? Direct question. He showed them what he wanted to happen becomes an indirect question. Very well done. After he showed them what he wanted to happen, he was waiting, expectebat, for the return of Polyphemus. Very exciting.